Okay, I'm gonna make a comment to something to the Nigella Forme's latest video. I'll get to that in a second. At the wrecking yard, I found me two good used tires. They look like pretty decent tires. I don't think they're all that old. And I got a couple of tires for a friend of mine. He's gonna for his mother's vehicle. He's gonna mount those up later, or maybe just save them until we need them. Because they had this is like the yard had like tires Tuesdays. They're like $16, $15.99 or something like that. Of course, they didn't have their demounting tools. These were on rims that I didn't want, but I had to pay them about an extra $5 a piece to demount those tires and get just the tires. They weren't bad lucky rims. They just wouldn't fit it. They just wouldn't fit anything I got. So I just went and paid them to demount those tires. Those two tires were about $52 or something like that, which is not too bad for two tires. Now I'll wait till those wear down a little bit. And I'll probably just, for the summertime when I got a little bit more money, I'll just buy two off of Amazon and then have a tire shop mount them and balance them and stuff. Okay, for Nigella Forme, yeah, she's talking about saying the aftermath of an accident. Some guy was under a vehicle. Now, she said she'd watched that and then went to Target, and the guy was gone. Considering the fact that they removed him pretty quickly, he was probably still alive. He maybe seriously hurt, but probably still alive. If he had, if they'd been killed in the accident, they probably wouldn't have been such a big hurry to get him moved. Now that may be on the news. You may watch the news because sometimes accidents like that are on the local news. Now there was one in Phoenix from that I witnessed last year that made it on the news. It was on 35th Avenue, right in front of a place that I buy quite a few parts from. I couldn't pull into their parking lot. I had to park about a block away. I needed a motor. I had to park about a block away, walk to Johnstone. You can see this guy laying in the road. He was clearly dead. He was a homeless guy, and the vehicle that hit him with such force, it damaged that vehicle to the point it had to be towed away. I guess this guy had a lot of stuff with him, and the hit was this homeless guy probably wasn't watching what he was doing, probably just walking the road. He may have been drunk or on drugs or something too. I don't know. It was on the news, and you could actually see this guy laying out on the road. He was clearly dead. Now, there's one I witnessed maybe 30, 35 years ago. It was on the freeway. I was heading west. It was like Interstate 10 here. I was heading west on Interstate 10, and about a mile away, I saw a tire, not a wheel, but a tire go way up in the air and then come back down. I said, "What's that about?" I saw a cloud of dust out there, and about a mile down the road, there's this pickup. The cab was smashed in. I got out just to see what happened. This guy was still sitting in the seat, but the top half of his head was gone. This is something that gave me nightmares. For a few days after that, I had literal nightmares after that wreck. I mean, that's the first one I'd seen. That was I've seen fender benders. That's the first one I've seen where somebody was all mangled up like that. That's something you really don't want to see, but sometimes you do see stuff like that. Now, I tell you what, I've had a few times of that guy that got run over there. I tell you what probably happened. I've had this happen to me a few times. I've never run over anybody, but I've had, we stopped, to make a left turn. I'll check traffic. It takes several minutes for traffic to clear. I'll find traffic clears. I'll look straight ahead, and there's some moron right in front of me. It'd be in the crosswalk. So if I hit them, it would be my fault. But they don't. They could have easily walked around me. But I guess that would take them out of the crosswalk. So I don't know there, but it's something you always want to be very careful that just not some moron crossing right in front of you, or they could wait till you get out of there. Anyway, don't get too upset about it. I think your name is Lori. Don't get too upset about this. Just kind of do your deep breathing. I don't think you drink alcohol, but that doesn't solve our problems anyway. Okay, love y'all. Bye bye.